Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So it's the week before New Year's, but it's also in a few days gonna be my birthday this week. And so I thought in honor of my birthday week, I would do a video on 5 things I'm glad that I learned in my 20s, like 5 life lessons. I'm not turning 30 this year, so it's not like the end of my 20s into my 30s. I'm actually turning 33, but still, I thought I would share some things I'm really glad that I learned in my 20s, and maybe I'll do this at the end of the next decade. But if you notice, I'm in a different location. I'm actually snowed in at my parents' house. Well, I'm really only snowed in because I don't like driving in the snow at all. So I've been staying at my parents', see how pretty it looks outside, but I'm getting a little sick of the snow because in Washington, we don't get a lot of snow where I live. It comes once in a while. So this is the first white Christmas we've had in a long time. But anyways, so it's a different location, but let's get into these 5 things I'm really glad I learned in my 20s. So first thing, life skill I'm really glad I learned in my 20s was learning how to cook. And I know this sounds funny, but before I got married, I did not know how to cook anything. In fact, my mom's in the kitchen over there. I remember calling my mom, how do I cook chicken breasts? Because I didn't even know how to cook a chicken breast. I knew nothing. As a teenager, my mom always said, if you want to learn how to cook, I'll show you. And I never wanted to. But then when I got married, of course, I wanted to be able to cook yummy food for us as a family. So I'm really glad I learned how to cook then. I definitely made a lot of things from scratch, like in the first few years of getting married. And then when I became a single mom, I feel like I kind of got in the rut of like not wanting to be in the kitchen very much because having 2 kids and being a single parent, you don't have another adult to cook for. But that led into more like unhealthier eating habits. So in the last probably year or so, year or 2, I've been wanting to cook more at home. I love to bake, but this is just such an important skill if you want to be healthy. And I'm working on my health journey, but yeah, I'm really glad I learned that. Second thing I'm really glad I learned in my 20s was learning how to be a mom. And I know that this doesn't apply to everybody in their 20s. A lot of people, they don't get married until maybe they're 30. So this isn't a life skill that's like necessary to learn in your 20s, but what I'm so thankful for is becoming a mom is what has shaped me into a better person. I believe learning to be a servant, learning to care for others that need you for everything really helped me become less selfish. And I still have a long ways to go in that process, but it really helped me grow up. And I became a mom when I was just about 22, so a young mom. And then when I had my son, my second child, I was a newly single mom. So it was just a lot of growing in those years of becoming a new mom. And I'm just really thankful for what it's helped me become as a person. And number 3 thing I'm so glad I learned in my 20s was the importance of hard work. So when I became a single mom and I needed to get a job, I started cleaning houses. If you've followed my YouTube journey for a while, you know that's what I do for work. I have a house cleaning business. But before doing that job, I did not really realize, I guess, the value of hard work or doing jobs that are like the jobs nobody wants to do kind of thing. But I've seen just how important it is to be willing to work hard, to be willing to do non-glamorous jobs if it is helping your family and making your life, creating the family life that you want to have. And that's what my cleaning business has done for me. It's made it possible for me to only work part-time and be home with my kids the rest of the time. And so I would encourage you, if you are struggling with like, I'm not doing my ideal job or I can't get my ideal job, don't be afraid to do something that is more basic or something that people don't want to do. If it's providing food on the table, then it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. I think a lot of times we think success is a certain career or job, but really if your priorities are like family and just taking care of your family, then it doesn't matter so much what you do. It matters if it's making it possible for you to live the life that you want to do in your free time. So very, very thankful for that. I've never worked as hard as I ever have since I started cleaning houses. I've been doing this for like 6 years now, and it's hard work, scrubbing people's toilets, cleaning everything, but it's so worth it. So worth it. All right, number 4. So I only have 5 things, so I only have 2 more to share. And these are probably the ones that are a little bit more serious, but just so instrumental in me being the person I am today and me growing in my walk with God. And I learned in my 20s that marriage is not the ultimate thing to strive for, and that marriage is not what's going to make you perfectly happy or joyful. I learned that because I think when I was a young teen girl, I was like, oh, I just can't wait till I get married and that's when I'm gonna have arrived in life. And that's not how my story turned out, going through divorce and all of that. But even if I hadn't gone through divorce, marriage would not satisfy me completely. It doesn't satisfy anyone completely because we're not meant to find our satisfaction in a person. We're only meant to find that in Jesus Christ. And so as a single mom, I wouldn't say that I just easily have learned that lesson. It's like I was forced to become more dependent upon Jesus. I was forced to have that taken away from me, to realize, to be stripped away and realize all I have is Jesus and I need to be dependent upon him. And that leads into my number 5 and last important lesson, and that is that Jesus wants to be my everything. And like I said, I would not have learned these things, I don't think, if I hadn't gone through divorce and single parenting. But I really learned in the last 7 years of being a single parent that Jesus wants to be my best friend, that Jesus wants to take care of me like a husband takes care of a wife. Like Jesus wants to be my provider, my protector, that he's always there for me, that I can talk to him about anything, that I don't have to be embarrassed to bring to him my heart's desires, my needs, of course, submitting them to his will, knowing that he knows what's best for me. But I think I really began to realize that closeness that Jesus wanted to have with me, that best friend kind of relationship. And it's not like I've arrived at this spiritual level where I'm totally dependent upon him no matter what. But it's that I've learned to trust him more and more, and I'm still on that journey of trusting him. And so I'm really glad that I learned that beginning in my 20s, and it's just going to get better. I'm 33 now. I know it's just going to get better, me trusting him more, being more dependent upon him. And so in that sense, like, the journey is just getting going and it's going to continue on, and I'm so excited for what God has to teach me in the future. I guess that's kind of what I want to end on, is that sometimes we think of getting older as this scary thing, and it is scary when it comes to the physical changes, I think, especially in women. I've definitely had this fear of like, I don't want to get more wrinkles and all this, like, and I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, wow, I'm closer to 40 than I am to 20. That's kind of crazy to think about. But the older we get, the better opportunity we have to become more mature and wise in the Lord, our wisdom and our trust in the Lord. And that's the exciting thing. That's something that no matter your health, no matter your life situation can be taken away from you, is your walk with God and your growth with God and that journey and that excitement of like, the older I get, the more I get to learn about Jesus, the more I get to trust him, the more I get to know about his word. And so that's what I want to focus on as I get older with every birthday, because you know, birthdays lose a little bit of their glitz and glamour. Once you pass, I feel like 29, you're like, oh, okay. But yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. So going into the new year, I would love to know what you would like to see on my channel. If you have certain content you want me to make videos on, please let me know. I am wanting to do a few videos, maybe vlog style videos, talking about this new diet that I'm doing, this Candida diet, trying to get my gut healthier. It's not a lose weight diet, it's a getting healthier with my gut. I've talked about that on Instagram stories, but if you don't follow me on there, I'm doing this new diet and I would like to make videos on that. Let me know if that's something you're interested in, like kind of my health journey and connecting that to my spiritual walk with God and what God I know wants to teach me through this diet that's pretty intense. But if there's anything else you'd love for me to share, please share it in the comments. I would love to know. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't. I've been already thinking, what do I want to share in the new year? It's exciting to brainstorm new, fresh ideas for my content in the future. Anyways, I hope you guys have a blessed New Year's. Thankful for you guys. Thank you for watching my videos and your comments and your likes and all of that. Just really blesses me. So I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's. God's got great things in store for you if you keep seeking Him and keep trusting Him. All right, you guys, I'll see you in the new year. Bye.